We sold this Qi flat iron for $30 plus shipping on the rainbow skin. Now, here's a quick lesson. When you're watching videos like this, you're not looking for Qi flat irons, but the base of what you're looking for is a Qi flat iron plus a cool colorway. If you buy just the regular old black Qi, it's only going to sell for about $12 plus shipping, and it's going to sit on your rack forever. But you're looking for the custom skin ones. This one will sell a little bit better, about $20. But if you're just getting the regular old run-of-the-mill, even of a higher brand, it's not going to sell as fast and for as much money. Watching videos like this, you need to look for the exact items that I'm pulling as well, but much more than that, you need to look for similar items that sell. People ask me all the time, should I just buy every single Dyson that I find? And the answer is no. Not all Dyson sell well, not all Qi sells well, not even all Bose sells well. You need to watch these videos to look for the same and also like items. This is supposed to inspire you to be like, oh, he sold a calculator. I wonder if every single calculator sells. Oh, not every single calculator sells, but most HP calculator sells. There's a ton of HP calculators that only sell for $3 plus shipping, so I'm going to stay away from those ones, and I'm going to learn what's the difference between the $3 calculator and the $200 calculator. When you watch these what sold videos, it can teach you exactly what to find, and then it can help you understand and look for even better items to find. We sold this Coach bag for $130 plus shipping on eBay. It's in excellent condition. I went to a yard sale and they wanted $20 for it. I offered $10 and they accepted that, and this sold in about under a month. My wife is very upset that this sold. She has actually used it on a couple of dates and has just kept it in really nice, immaculate condition. And she's sad to see this go. But I'm excited to turn $10 into $130 plus shipping. Speaking of calculators, I just sold another TI-83 for $16 plus shipping. TI-84s go for more than that, and the TI-89s go for even more than that. But the TI-83, you can pick it up for $1 to $3. Definitely worth picking up. This one went in under 3 weeks, and it sold for $3 into $16 plus shipping. That's like, what, a 400% ROI? We sold some vintage Oakley ski goggles. These blue ones right here. They sold for $18 plus shipping. They could have gone for a little more, but I just went back and forth. I had this listed for $30. It went on discount to like $26.49 or something like that. Someone offered me $15. I declined it. Then they offered me $16. I offered back $22. Then they offered $18. Then I offered $21. Then they offered $18, and I just decided to accept that. Sold this LG speaker. It's the Sound Blaster Max. Sold for $60 plus shipping. I've got another one right behind it. I got this at a thrift store for $8 a while back. I just had it priced too high. I listed it at $89.99. Then it went on discount after 90 days to about like $74. And then once it was there, someone offered me $60 and I accepted that. So the other speaker is on discount as well, and I'm considering just marking it down to $60 to sell it quick. I got this Batman game at the 127. It's a 2-disc game. It's Batman Arkham Origins. I got these for 50 cents a disc, so $1, and it just sold for $20 plus shipping. That actually sold in like 3 days of listing it. The reason why these videos hurt new resellers isn't because we're saturating categories or items or we're increasing competition for these items. It's because people see, oh, I sold a Dyson vacuum, and they think I should just buy every single Dyson vacuum, when a lot of Dyson vacuums do not sell. People see, oh, this guy sold a Tommy Bahama shirt, I'm gonna buy all Tommy Bahama shirts because all Tommy Bahama shirts sell well. And that is just not the case. I was thrifting the other day, like I do every single day. If you guys haven't checked out my J-Ride Picks YouTube channel, you guys should go subscribe to that. But I was talking to a follower of mine who was there with his stepdad who was wanting to get into reselling, and he saw that I had 2 humidifiers. So he said, oh, sweet, so I should just pick up all humidifiers? And I said, no. When you watch these videos or you meet these people that do thrifting and reselling, you go over to the humidifier section and you realize that 97 out of 100 do not sell well at all, and it's our responsibility to find the 2 that actually sell. So When you're watching these videos, like I said previously, you're not just looking for all Qi irons. You're not looking for all Dyson vacuums. Now you have kind of a baseline of what to look for. Then you got to look up every colorway, every model, and other like brands to see which ones sell well and which ones don't. So my remote controls are somewhat organized but not skewed, so it's very difficult to find them. So my wife has been skewing them so they're easier to find, kind of like the sunglasses. And every time she skews one, it sells, which is funny. So we just sold another iClicker 2, sold for I think like $19.17 plus shipping. Got this at a thrift store last week for $1, and it sold the day I listed it. And we also sold this Krupp's egg mix maker. This one was listed for a while too. Once it hit discount, it sold pretty much immediately. So I just had this priced a bit too high, or someone was possibly watching it and then decided to buy it, but once it went on discount. But I got this for $3 at a thrift store months and months and months ago, and it just sold for I think $22 plus shipping. I got these Gap women's socks at TJ Maxx for $4. They sold for $14 on Mercari, so I'm only going to make about $7 profit off of these, which, I mean, is great because you know these are going to sell because it's a necessity and people are consistently buying them over and over and over again, and they sold relatively quickly. But yeah, TJ Maxx, Ross, awesome place to source. Also sold this for $30 on Poshmark. It is the AirPod Pros Generation 1 case. Sold for $30. Got this out of a buyout for about $2 or so. These Coach eyeglass frames sold for $22 on Mercari. These ones were only listed for about just under 2 months, so decent sell-through rate there. Got them for under $2. And 2 days ago, I had 0 sales on Poshmark. Yesterday, I had 4. So you never know what's going to pop in. And then I sold a Bare Minerals face wash or makeup remover or something like that. I'll just put it on the screen here. And then 2 days ago, we had the 0 day on Poshmark. Yesterday, we had the 0 day on Mercari. And then we had only 10 sales on eBay. So yesterday was a bit of a slower sales day, but we still sold 14 items and making a good amount of money, especially when you're selling purses for $130 plus shipping. Oh, it's awesome when the remote is right on top and I didn't even place it there. This sold for $11 plus shipping. It's just a nice little Clarion RCB 176. Got it for 81 cents off of a bulk buyout. We also just sold, this actually just happened seconds ago after I started recording this video. This just sold on Mercari. It is a literal massive subwoofer. This is a 12-inch. It weighs 38 pounds. And my wife is super excited to ship it. Just sold for $200 free ship on Mercari. I got this in a Las Vegas yard sale for $20. So we're at $180, and then it's probably going to cost, it's actually going pretty close, so it's probably just going to be like $30 to ship. So $150 profit, not bad. Good morning, it's Thursday. Yesterday we had 19 sales, I believe 3 on Poshmark, 3 on Mercari, and 13 on eBay. Let's pull them. First up, we have this bat that sold for $10 plus $10 in shipping. I got this for $1 at a yard sale, but I will not be doing this in the future. I'll only be picking up bats and clubs that have an okay sell-through rate and sell for at least like $25, $30 plus shipping. It's just not worth it to do all the work to ship this, and the profit is just too small. We got this Sony We've got the Sony VCR player. I got this for $10 at Deseret Industries right down the street. Sold the same day. I listed it for $50 plus shipping. Sold this LeBron James card for $10 plus shipping. I got this card when I was a child, probably 10 or 11 years old. Pulled this out of a pack and selling it almost 2 decades later. If I got this when I was 10, this is 18 years later. Holy cow. All right, the video game section needs a bit of organizing. Sold this DS game. I actually got this at a yard sale for 25 cents, and it sold for $25. I actually, this was in the bottom of a media bin that a media reseller went through. And as I pulled this out and asked how much it was to the owner of the yard sale, I heard him let out a big sigh, and then he kind of kicked the ground. When it comes to yard sales and thrift stores and estate sales, are you guys diggers or are you on to the next one? I think that there's big pros and cons of both strategies. When you're going very fast, you're able to get to more sales and find the good juicy items that are on the top and being like presented. But then the diggers, you go slower, but you're able to find really good stuff that other people that are going too fast miss. So let me know in the comments below, are you a digger or a swifter? Not a Swiftie, but a swifter. Are you a digger or a swifter? Sold some more Ray-Bans. These ones went for $25 plus shipping, like 32 bucks shipped. Got these ones for under $2. And it's $13.48, which means they have been listed for about 10 days, 10 to 12 days. And then we've got some more Ray-Bans over here, $11.79. These ones sold for $40 plus shipping. These ones were listed for about 5 weeks. Again, these ones came from a child's lot, so the cost on goods on this one was about 64 cents. 64 cents into like 47 shipped. Yes, please. I got this Bluey Good to Grow for $2.18 at a Walmart. Just sold it for $15 plus shipping. This took about, I'm gonna say I bought it 5 weeks ago, got listed probably 10 days after that. So about three or 4 weeks. We also have this Dyson Animal V10. This one has been listed for a very long time because I just listed it too high. I think I originally listed it for $129 plus shipping. It went on discount for $109, and then it went on discount for $89, and I finally accepted an offer for $79. So that means this has been through 2 90-day markdowns plus an extra 10 days. So about 200 days to sell this ultra fast moving product. That just happens when you price your items too high. And looks like I paid $30 for the whole unit. I probably parted it out into 3 sections. So I'm just gonna take this sticker off here real quick. Sold this Netgear Arlo for $40 plus shipping. Again, the day that I listed it, I actually got it with that Sony VCR player that sold earlier. So selling this for $40 plus shipping. I got it for $6 and it sold the day I listed it. Awesome profit and sell through. Sold a lot of electronics for $50 plus a ton of shipping. So they spent almost $100 for this. I think it was 94 bucks. It's a bit heavier than it looks, so I'll grab that down after this. But the comp on the screen, you can see there's a Bose remote, there's a Vivint security system. There's a ton of really good stuff, but it's all broken. So we'll see what this guy is able to do with the product that he bought. And yeah, good stuff, 100 bucks almost. Sold this Wilson racket for $13 plus $20 in shipping. Goes to show that a lot of people, there are demographics and consumers that just look at total price. They don't care what the shipping fee is, they just care what the total price is. So this sold for about $40 and I got it for $2 at a yard sale. This Boston Red Sox hat from New Era went for $10.50 plus shipping. Got it for 25 cents at a yard sale. Every once in a while, I will forget to skew some sunglasses. I just sold some vintage Ray-Bans, and there's no skew. So, wish me luck. This is gonna take like at least 15 minutes to find it. I'm just gonna make my wife find it. Also sold these Coach eyeglass frames for $22 on Poshmark.